Drums, please!
Viewers may find the following video disturbing.
This ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Money Now You're Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
Welcome, everybody. What's going on, wrestling fans out there? The world is changing. We got presidents being former presidents being shot at. We got current presidents dropping out of races. We got wrestling fans debating and fighting. We got Nick Nemeth being TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Let's give it up for Nick Nemeth. Come on. Don't figure, y'all. Come on. Give it up for my man Big Dolph in the chats all the time holding us down. Listen, what a week in pro wrestling. So, I mean, it's been working for Cody for 2 years. It ain't got him anywhere but to the World Championship, and now what? So I figured, hey, I want to steal that too. All right, if you're going to steal something from somebody, at least have enough balls, have enough intertestamental fortitude to say you stole somebody's shit. So, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the fact that Cody Rhodes has been getting his ass beat religiously. It is a ass whooping. I don't know what's going on. It's just not been good for that brother there. Listen, welcome to Unpop Review, the Mike Knoxxx Show, guys. And today on the Mike Knoxxx Show, we're going to talk about little things. What are we going to do a show today, guys? Honestly, I was going to take off today, around this time, once a year. Take a little time off. I do 50, almost 50 to 49 shows every Monday. Let's say that. Not counting the other shows I do during the weeks and like that for Unpop Review Entertainment and everything else as well. But I decided to just take a little break today. Just a little break. So I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't really motivated for the week in wrestling. As I said before, we got the SmackDown Penitentiary. And shout out to Estella joining Dice Man this week. Him and Vic. Vic was unable to make it.
Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary.
But y'all were still locked in and tuned into that, and y'all come every Monday and now every Tuesday for the Raw Review Show, and you're always here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the other programs we have here with AEW and the other shows. So today, as we're speaking about other shows, let's just talk about this one. And what made me say let's do a show today? It was simple. It was a post that actually came out, not the post per se, but news got out this past weekend that the WWE was not, how can I put this in wrestling terms just to be a jab to certain wrestling or sports fans out there? The WWE, Saquon Barkley, Bobby Lashley, pretty much told him, hey, go see what's out there for you. We don't think we got a contract for you. At least that's the rumor. Because again, hashtag death to dirt sheets. So what does that do? What does that lead us to? That leads us to what everything leads us to. And that's having a pseudo, quote, debate in wrestling fans' world on what's right was the WWE and Triple H is racist. They are racist because he's about to puke. And what do you do when you get upset? What do you do when you get mad at fans? What do?
You know what I'm going to do about it? You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna tweet my displeasure.
Yeah. You're going to do that. Do that shit.
On social media, and I'm going to tweet until my fingers bleed. I might even send an Instagram or a Vine.
Ooh, he's hit.
That's right. And on that tweet, in that tweet, and however many characters I get, I am going to threaten. That's right. If I don't get what I want, I'm going to riot.
I'm going to riot. I'm going to walk out. I'm not going to buy her business merch. So that's my destination. What is the Mike Knoxxx Show? The Mike Knoxxx Show is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean I'm more intelligent than you or you're more intelligent than me. It just means you get up off your arse and you follow the storyline, but you be smart enough to know the storyline is storyline, because guess what, guys? Hashtag wrestling is ding, 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 storyline. So it's this storyline. Is this real? Is this false? Is it a true accusation to assume that Triple H is biased? Oh my God. Post came out. We got one we're going to talk about specifically today on the program. It's not going to be before you hear it very long again. So it's funny. I got to say this. I bump off things, or I'm going to do a show. So I let my guys know, my producers know, no show today. Then I call back someone to do a show today. Didn't ask him to join the show, but he'd say, okay, I'll hop on. So, but unlike the executive asshole, at least he told me I'm going to hop on. So that's cool. But it's okay. Even if you decide to invade the Mike Knoxxx Show, just make sure the door is always open so you can put your cannons away, because mine's bigger than yours. Okay. So welcoming into the program today, we're going to bring in my man, Dice Man, to the program. What's going on, DJ? What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up? You good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. A little low.
My volume ain't been hitting lately. Let me get my gain up right now.
It's a little low.
I sound powerful. I sound powerful, respectable.
No, still a little low.
All right. No, what?
Yeah, I just said it. Still a little low.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on right now. You know what? Yes, I do. Let me boost me up. Pick me up a little bit.
So
my Raycon's charging, so I can't hear myself.
Okay. There it is.
There we go.
No, don't let the Ray J's get you, because you know what? Because I hit it first. So speaking, I love me. I'm a Ray J's mark. So, but the wrestling world today, Dice Man, and like I said, I talked to you all weekend. College football's out, whatever. My daughter's birthday, just lifing. Just gonna take off this week. You never heard me even mention wrestling to you other than your show. I already plugged it once. I'll plug it again.
Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary.
Yeah, number one show this week. Yeah.
So it made me think, because this post came out, right? That the one we're going to talk about specifically. There were more than this. I know you saw more also, because you kind of even mentioned it yesterday in our passing, and I just didn't speak about wrestling. You notice I didn't have a single wrestling talk for you other than your show about what I'd heard before I dipped off. But this post came up, right? Off of Instagram, and at one of our groups, here on Unpopular, we discussed this. Lashley quickly goes from being the main eventer, frequently unbooked Mick Carter. Bianca Belair goes from the face of the company, star level, to now tag team action. Street Poppers go from the best tag team, that part's a little overstatement, in conversation, to losers. I don't think Mercedes was worth Charlotte's money. I don't know where that part came from, but and so a lot of talk has been out there. I dubbed it faster than the rest of the internet did, the Triple H era. I'm a Triple H Mark. We already had these discussions, where I place him in my favorites of all time, top 5 for me. What's going on, Jeffrey? So then you start to see stuff like this. Can you smell what the crock is cooking? Here's the thing about this, guys, being wrestling fans. First of all, let me just say this. I'm a black man first. I'm a wrestling fan second. Let me also state this, that in 1990, whenever this shit came out, yes, I know about blackface all this time. I'm also a fan of comedy as comedy.
It was still funny.
Let me just say that. Let me just say comedy is comedy. And although I accept this, here's my walking contradiction, because I say all the time, right, Dice, that everybody's a walking contradiction. I'm a dude playing a dude that's playing a dude. Loathe that movie because of that role. So here's my walking contradiction, that I thought, however, this was funny because it's wrestling. And wrestling to me has no shade, race, creed, or shirt. And then we know what happens backstage. It's racism. So we know that it does spill on to the main level. Let's not act like we're not intelligent wrestling fans. Okay? So, because as they make fun of this, they also make fun of that, right? As they say, no Bobby Lashley contract running out. They Saquon Barkley and them go play the market, which, you know, hopefully he goes to TNA, not AEW. Not against AEW. I just think they don't need him. He wouldn't be nothing but a hot meal ticket there for a hot moment. You know, go do your thing and be socially free. However, I hope WWE comes to their senses. Go ahead.
What report stated that they were letting him test the market? Do you not know how this is?
Well, they didn't. Hold on. They didn't really say those words. That's me paraphrasing the world, the internet, of saying they're not going to sign them. So this is where they're going to go, and this and that and another. That's what I'm saying. So by saying they're not going to sign them, that's what bitches do. You know.
I get it 100%, right?
Mhm.
Lashley's 48, but at the same time, there is not a single 48-year-old man in professional wrestling right now with the physique of Bobby Lashley.
Come on, no, you can't do that. You can't do like that. You can't do that. Don't talk. You
can,
cannot. No. You can't talk like that and not say it the right way. That's what I'm saying, sir. Big brother here. So how are you supposed to say a physique like that and a body like that? No broke back, okay?
Pause.
Nobody got a body like you, Bobby.
Nobody has a listen. This might be a great thing because he might link back up with Leo Rush. This is cool.
That's the AEW. I don't know how great that could be.
At the same time, the E is where he belongs. As head WWE coffee pourer,
well, go ahead and pour some coffee.
I'm all for the E. I'm all for the E, and this is a terrible move. However, Omos ain't too far behind him.
No, Omos is not. Well, people would always have questioned why was Omos here in the first place.
He was a Vince guy. It was a great pairing of Omos and AJ Styles. But after AJ Styles, you didn't have much for Omos.
Right.
They took too long with aren't they going to do something with this Hurt Business 2.0 type thing?
Yeah.
Whatever. I get it. Other people got hurt. Pieces get shuffled around. Because remember, at the same time, it looked as though Lashley was turning heel. They took away his baby face type intro. Took away his lightning.
Well, I wanted to talk about that before you went into that a little bit faster. As they did try to make that persona, as they did try to change that up. But here's the thing: is you went a little bit too fast for me than I expected you in that direction. Okay. So here's why I'm going to interrupt you to get this point out there before you go. And then I'm going to definitely hear your point. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's. They gave him a losing tag. They gave him it was like a losing battle. That faction, whatever it was that we loved from the vignettes, getting the new suits, not getting new suits, not dressing right, everything they did to build, we didn't know what they were. Who are they? Oh, they're the Pride. Are they really the Pride? Not really the Pride, but they say they're the Pride. They got shirts. You can't buy them yet, but they're the Pride. Then they became the Pride when Bobby was gone. That post reads correctly to me about Bobby Lashley. I think it reads accurately as well about Bianca Belair. And it wasn't the post that I saw this post that made me want to talk about it. It was the fact, again, wrestling fans, it's not, you cannot just discredit the post. That's what I'm here for today. This was discredited, and I think there's some validity to this. There may be some common sense to add to it, which is contract, which is money, which is, we do know when you get hurt, you fall out of line. However, where have you seen Orton? Where have you seen Styles? Where have you seen KO? Where have you seen any of the stars? Rey Mysterio has been hurt and come back and always gotten on television. Bobby Lashley is revered. He is loved, more importantly, by Black wrestling fans. MVP is loved by Black wrestling fans. I wore the shirt for a reason because, no, you don't have to be, you not buying merchandise does not make you a lesser fan than me. What it does make you, though, is a fan that doesn't care enough about your character and them staying where they are in the position and where they are, because you liking them from behind the camera and online does not equate to them staying in the storyline, because it's a business. So if you do not buy the merchandise, enough people, not somebody gifted to me, not you got it on the, at the Walmart, You know what I'm saying? For that deal. And I grabbed some Walmart wrestling shirts, okay? Not saying nothing against it, including the ones from Target. They're some of the best looking ones, actually, to be factual.
Yeah.
Just saying. Well, how do you grade that? This is that you can say that post didn't make any sense. What's going on, Sandman? You can say that post didn't make any sense. You may not agree with it. You may say things like they put together, Triple H, because this was posted, right? And I'm coming at the crew.
Put it back up for me. And
which one? The Street Profits? Okay.
The post.
The post. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is where I have a problem with this because let us not forget. Sometimes, listen, you're a happily married man. You lived a fruitful life, right?
So my wild oats.
Most people here most of us here have had enough sex.
Yeah.
Sometimes you last 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 minutes,
sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours.
Now, in that, you might have had some drink, you might have had some smoke, you might have had some steak, you might have had some chicken, you might have had some shrimp. She might have had some lingerie on. She might have been watching a porno. It don't matter. There's many variables to this. Now, for those in the chat, can anybody tell me the last main event thing that Bobby Lashley did before Bray Wyatt came back on the scene? Does anybody know? Can anybody on the top of their head tell me that?
He was world champion at WrestleMania, or going before WrestleMania came back, and then they took it from them to give them to go push the double titles.
Okay. Now, also,
and then from there, hold on. After that, he got the U.S. title after that as well. So he was the second best guy in the company. And then the bloodline got thicker. No, it wasn't. That's even more than my point. So I hope you're going towards my level of where I'm leaning, because it doesn't seem like. Okay, so continue.
My thing is this. There are many variables within the company that most people don't take into consideration, or that they just don't even care to think about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's moving pieces, and for the past 4 years, the one constant piece that stayed the same was the bloodline.
Yeah.
Everybody else had to get in where they fit in. Period.
Mm-hmm. Period.
Cody comes back. You got another piece, right? But ultimately, from the time that Cody has come back to the time that from all the way to Roman and the bloodline, those are the two constant pieces that never moved. They never wavered. They never moved. You had Seth Rollins going in and out of the title picture, right? You had Drew McIntyre doing the same thing. Lashley, kinda, not really. You throw Brock in there, he does the same thing. All of these variables. So why is it now that the racism thing comes out?
Racism always comes out. The racism always comes out.
But the thing is, we don't know if Bobby Lashley was just fed up. Why does nobody take the wrestler into the consideration? Maybe he comes up and he says, "You know what?
I'm not happy here.
I'm not." I was just watching Chris Van Vliet's interviews with the Maharaja.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he said they had the conversation. He signed a 5-year contract. They was coming up on the end of it. He said, where are we going here? What are we doing? Where do you see yourself in the company as it fits now? He said, there's things I want to do, but it doesn't align with where the company is going, right? Okay, that's a conversation. They agreed to just let his shit expire. How come it can't be on Bobby Lashley's side till it's nothing else?
I'm just going to say this, honestly. There's no comparison of Bobby Lashley to the Maharaja.
I'm not comparing. I'm comparing contracts. We're not comparing the talent.
Well, I think fans are comparing the talent.
But look at this. This is the thing.
That's what fans do. They compare the talent.
Bobby Lashley they kept Bobby Lashley away from the main storyline. They kept him away. They kept him away from the bloodline.
And he never got back to it.
They threw Brock Lesnar in there, but Bobby Lashley never got close to Roman. Why? There's no believable person that watches wrestling is going to see Bobby Lashley lose to Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, you're just not.
I can see that.
Not. If Brock can beat him, then
Bobby
can beat him.
Of course, anybody can be anybody in wrestling. Rey Mysterio proved that into the 1, 2, 3 kid.
I'm not talking about the storyline goofy shit you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about that either. A pin's a pin. I'm saying a pin's a pin. No, I think you're wrong. I hear what you're saying. I heard your point. No, you said it's not believable. And I'm saying that without a shadow of a doubt, it is believable. Without question, without fraying.
How many people on SmackDown that are still there now have been in that constant storyline of what WWE has been pushing for 4 years? How many people? Randy,
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn,
Seth Rollins. You can throw him
Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. So I mean, I'm just saying. Hold on, go back to because without a shadow of a doubt, it doesn't matter at all because it's Bobby Lashley. Again, it's if we're going to continue to say someone that has their posts on the community, their posts on the culture, their pulse, I'm sorry, on all these things in wrestling, being aware, being ahead of the curve, making up for the mistakes, allegedly, right? From Monet walking out of the company. And we see what that's gotten us here. Bobby was saved by the bloodline because they didn't want to feed him to Roman. And that's what my thoughts were. But he could have easily gone back. I don't think the thing is, I thought it was protecting Bobby Lashley. And to your point in a bit, protecting Roman, because you would have fans saying he should beat Roman, but you have fans saying that everybody should beat Roman. So when it comes to wrestling, it's the storyline. It can be believable, and physically it can be believable that Roman could beat Bobby Lashley. Because again, with wrestling terms, roll-ups happen every day, B. Somebody grabs the ropes every day, B. Somebody hits somebody just because they can, B. I just got my mace on. I just feel like doing that. I wish I had the bro. There you go. Come on. Look at me, killer. Listen, so, and you got people saying this, right? You got, well, what happened to Keith Lee? Keith Lee was a Triple H guy, NXT belt. My guy, Bronson Reed, and I'm a Bronson Reed guy. None of you guys are. NXT, though. She ain't even here, though. Oh, they got it, though, and there's Bailey. I don't get the picture why Bailey's there. Bailey's not black. Okay? And neither is, I don't get that part. I think Bronson's not even black either. Okay? I could be wrong with him, but I know for sure that, Pamela Martinez isn't black. Okay? The other ones, okay, you got that. But they were all NXT guys, and that's NXT, and where they all at right now? Okay. That's almost say half the picture is missing. So, does Bobby deserve a chance if he wants to be there? That's the good question. You add that makes him intelligent to it. Hey, what if Bobby is going to be there? We don't know. This is why I say we don't get involved in this kind of stuff. But the whole thing is you can't sit there and say this is a bad post. You can't say that. That's a good take. That's that person's take. I'm not making fun of that, Steven. I'm not making fun of that because I think as a black wrestler fan, I can speak for black wrestlers. And I get you're going to say, well, I can go grab me 2 more other black wrestling fans that would disagree with that. That's why I always say, and you've heard the term, there's 50 shades of black. I will always say, I got black wrestling fans that will not watch the WWE for shit. Fuck them. They're racist. I'm not watching it. And I'm like this. Power to you, brother. I feel you. I ain't mad at your struggle. You know what I mean? That's your business. I take some of it because it's wrestling. It's where you draw the line at. The line that this post was saying in other posts around, but I shared this because it was in my group, so I shared this one specifically. There are people saying Bianca is out here with Jade Cargill and it's holding Bianca back. And I've said for several weeks in this program, doesn't matter. She has that. She does that. She doesn't need that. She's helping somebody. That's fine. However, how long is this shit going to take? Because it's been all the year. And from last, that's all I'm saying. Where does it draw the line? But it's Bianca get back to being the Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, Cena of the female division and surpassing one day, not now, but one day, the greatest women's wrestler.
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Y'all be saying my microphone be popping, so I make sure I had it on record. Scarface. Horrible movie, by the way. Overrated movie. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was waiting for it. It just sunk in. That's fine. The acting in that movie was terrible. Scarface is overrated. Okay, exactly. Go ahead and walk on and be somebody and tell somebody about something about somebody. Okay, get your ass back in this damn picture. That's all I'm saying. It's that poorly acted movie, and it was a bomb at the box office. All facts. All facts. All facts. All right. It's better. It's even better than the Batman. Yeah, Carmen, I said what I said. All right. I would take The Godfather over it any day, 1 and 2. I take Goodfellas over it any day of the week. I take the entire series of The Sopranos over it any day of the week. Well, there are times. Shit. I take what was the Joe and Leonardo on them? Leonardo, Damon and Nicholson, Jack. They had a movie and they were dirty cots and rats, shit, ended with all of them dying and just a rat going across the screen. Okay, Martin Scorsese. I'm just saying, Scarface is not that good of a film, but we're talking pro wrestling, and it is a cult classic. It truly is. I'm not knocking it. I've tried to watch it several fucking times. Just The Departed. Thank you. Okay, The Departed. See, my brain got to go sometimes. Go ahead. So we get up out of here.
No, he wasn't.
What is it?
I will say that I disagree with the Belair take because there's not been a time we had this conversation when I was driving home. There's not been a time where a 4 horsewoman was always on the top. Every one of those 4 horsewomen chased after.
What's your 4 horsewomen now? There is no 4 horsewomen right now. They're defeated. There's one that's there. And then you have Bianca Belair and you had Asuka. Asuka's hurt.
There will always be a 4 horsewomen as we know it. It doesn't
being
matter.
around. No, I get that. I'm saying, but there's only one. When has there ever been one? The other alpha female in wrestling should not be Rhea Thickley, nor should it be Liv Morgan. It should be Bianca Belair.
Okay, so but Belair is on a brand that doesn't have a heel
champion.
So where does she fit in?
Well,
that again, that's one of those chess pieces until the right move is made.
No, I get that.
She can't go nowhere. Mira, she can't go nowhere. So therefore,
Mira.
she can stay there, right? She can stay there, and it's okay for her to do that. Eventually, she's going to be a Grand Slam champ. Let her cook. She got the ingredients. You can't. How many women?
You know what ingredient? You know what ingredient? You know what ingredients they don't have?
Every single time. Saison?
You know what ingredients they don't have that they can't calculate for? That's that sperm getting through. That changes the whole game. Okay. So, and like you just said about Bobby Lashley, right? One day we are no longer living in the world of wrestling, right? Cena made the U.S. title. Bianca couldn't make.
It has to be invited to tag teams to make the tag title.
Well, he made the U.S. title because that was his journey up. It's like movie stars. Movie stars don't go back to TV. You do that after you're done being a movie star. You don't go to tag team belts after you was on top of the world. This is why people like Dice himself and other people out there have been saying bringing a women's mid-card title. So we're going to demote her to put someone else on top. That's fine. Don't demote her to this for this amount of time. This should have worked by now. And I thought it was working from a fan's perspective, from the girls and all that kind of stuff. But I get wrestling fans are fickle. So it didn't work for you guys because someone else is working pretty slow. But guess what? Now it's affecting Bianca. And you got fans around the community speaking like this about Triple H. And that's going to always happen.
Penitentiary?
You definitely did. I didn't.
Me in the chat. Y'all
hold on. Who said? Don't say who. Oh, okay. Don't say who. No. Don't say me. Me. I said what? Like, I'm not a walking condition when it comes to Bianca. So you must have misread that. I said. I know that for a fact.
Give it time.
Oh, I know. No, I'm saying. No, I've never got off of the same bandwagon. So it's clobbering time for sure. So let's pull the watch back out. Let's get him. Come on. Come on, killer. Show the watch, baby. Because we got nothing else to do. Okay? So I'm just saying.
Don't disagree about anything, Chris. Come on now. Come on. We knew this was coming.
Bianca should be not right here. Like I said, it's how much longer? This cannot go into Survivor Series. Past Survivor Series with Bianca Belair in a tag team title at this point. That's all I'm going to say. It cannot go any further. She needs more than that because, again, sperm has no clock. And neither is a woman or a person. Like I was going to say, we're no longer living in times where wrestlers were wrestlers forever anymore. They don't have to. They didn't make that much money back then. Now they do. Okay? And we also realize that people are a lot cheaper now than they were before. Maybe not. And if you've seen Bianca Belair, have you seen her husband Montez Ford? They're not cheap people. Okay? So they want the money.
Yeah, I would say that I saw something on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. He said James Harden signed for $300 million in his career, right? No rings. 1 finals appearance. Robert Horry made $56 million 7 championship rings.
How many minutes he played a game?
Who's deemed successful? Right? Like who's deemed successful?
Yeah.
Like somebody, if somebody in their whole wrestling career, if they can make, I don't know, let's say $3 million, I'd say that's pretty successful. I'm pretty sure a couple $100,000, you're well off if you can invest your money right. So yeah, you're right. People are cheaper. People are living a lot more smarter as well. But it depends on how much they value Bobby Lashley. And let's be for real. I'm a huge Bobby Lashley fan.
This is the first time I've ever heard you say any of this nonsense you're about to spew.
I have not. I promise you, I have not seen Bobby Lashley's name trending in the right direction for at least 6 months.
Oh, right.
Nobody
He's right. Okay.
Nobody
Before he got hurt.
About Bobby Lashley. It's only when somebody's about to get
released.
Okay.
You're meaning in that way. I got you.
Then people want to come out the woodworks and say,
I'm going to disagree. Fans were when Bobby Lashley was there, they were complaining that it was too slow of a build. They were definitely complaining and bitching. And even when they went through the transition of the buyout of Vince being moved and that, fans still waited. And nothing happened. It says, let's just say this is the same old song. Remember, all around the world, same song. The same song right now that we got with Street Profits from the beginning. They're always on a high level and they never go over. And that's when fans, they're going to do it. Hopefully don't fuck, they kind of somewhat did it with LA Knight already, right? They're doing it with Jey Uso, fans will say. The list goes on where they build guys up to let them down. And that was what people complain and bitch about Vince and Katie McMahon. Why can't we not say, do you smell what the crock is cooking? Because the only thing still sizzling, to use your term, is this damn bloodline beating the dog shit out of Cody. So when you say, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the fact that Cody Rhodes, and I saw another post, again, I won't make fun of it, but I thought it was funny. And it said, I disagree with that. The post said, name me a champion that ain't never got beat up every week. I don't know. I got too long of a list to tell you. Name you a world champion that lost every single week and got their ass beat every single week. I can name a lot of them. Okay, too many. You need to figure it out yourself. It's called the David Otunga effect. Google it, my brother. Like, you can Google Mike Knoxxx. You can Google Unpop Review Entertainment. You can Google Unpop Review Wrestling. Unpop Entertainment Review. Oh, I know they got the Superman review something coming out for the season finale of the Adventures of Superman. I want to hear that show because, is that a series finale or a season finale? Because that was a great episode. Plus, the husband and wife review show was back this week, and we're talking Super Cell and House of the Dragon. Okay, and we got all the shows here on Unpop Review Wrestling as well coming up tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I want a dumb. So let's talk about that right here. Cody Rhodes and this bloodline. I said this to you off air. I haven't seen anywhere, so I'm glad, I'm not a big poster in Twitter. That's what I have Vaughn for. And Vaughn's not here to tweet this from, but Vaughn said he's watching live. So hopefully go back, Vaughn, and you will remember this moment at the 34-minute mark. There you go. I even time-stamped it for you, right? At the 34-minute mark. Is Cody getting his ass beat so bad that the only person can save him is our tribal chief? Is Roman Reigns in an effort not to really save Cody, but in every which way to reclaim his rightful throne of Asgard, in this case, the top of the WWE and the head of the table, the tribal chief? It's been said, I think Jeffrey said it in the chat first, and I heard Dice. I'm just going in that order. Not Jeffrey, it was George that I actually heard say it first. That the Eufaula is becoming bigger than the title. So does Cody get saved by Roman incidentally in an effort to go after Solo and this bloodline? And everybody keeps saying, I saw a post today also, it said 15 days to the return of the tribal chief. I don't believe we're going to see Roman alone first.
Listen, it's somebody on Threads every single day. He does a countdown, and he's like, he goes 21 days until the tribal chief returns. And then somebody says, we just need to stop putting up fake news. He's like, I'm going to put that bitch up every day because one of these days I'm going to be right.
I flux with that. Okay, I actually do. But it said 15 days to return to the tribal chief. And I swear I was like, hey, if Roman shows up, when Roman shows up, will he be alone first or together back with the bloodline? And if everybody assumes that it's Jay, I'm sorry, Jay is look like he got other things in his mind, although those other things have never equaled into a championship or a valid win. Again, Triple H's booking, pushing aside of the bloodline storyline, everybody to me has been starting to get paused and sizzled out. And I don't want to see that because Triple H is showing me so much promise. I don't think it's a racist thing.
Refresh real quick.
I don't think it's a racist thing. I don't think for any moment it has to do it necessarily with this post. However, I think the post is valid. I think it's very valid to bring up the fact that those guys, Bianca Belair and them, are not getting the shine they were getting before. So I think that's why I want to share it. I also say what I want to talk about. We'll talk about Cody Rhodes needing help, and that help that is going to be Roman Reigns. Your thoughts on that? And me throwing that out there for wrestling fans.
It's the only way to go. It's literally the only way to go. What it does is it shifts the focus from Cody and Solo, because that's never been the real issue. That's never been the issue. Solo's main focus was establishing dominance first.
Yeah.
And Roman's
he's done that.
Family and legacy.
Well, his dominance was already there. He didn't have to show that dominance. It was already there.
Yeah.
And fairness, it was already there.
But my point is he was instilling in the Usos championships first.
Yeah.
Then we show we dominate. Solo's kind of doing the backwards thing, and it doesn't work for me. But what this does, it separates Cody from the issues of the bloodline. And now you can get into something else, which we got alluded to with Randy, Cody, anybody else who's going to go for the title. But this is perfect because Randy has a reason to be like, yo, you left me standing out there high and dry. Like, so.
Well, we got this is your SummerSlam main event.
I've seen worse than AEW, so.
Why is it such a? I don't think it's a bad main event. We know that's where it's heading.
It's SummerSlam.
Well, does it excite you? You don't think so? His storyline has led him to be a main event player.
His story, but his in-ring work lately, not for me. But
I think his in-ring work is pretty good for what he does. He's a street fighter.
This is more performance-wise that has nothing to do with
same as Roman
performance.
Yeah.
I think that Roman performs a little bit more better than Solo, just because of what we've been able to see during the pandemic and how he was able to use that platform to establish his character. Solo kind of has to do the opposite, because Solo has what if Roman had in 2020 during the pandemic. Who knows if this tribal chief would have still been going on? He would have been booed every single time. We don't know.
What he did on Friday Night SmackDown, that promo, I'm sorry, to quote a wise man, not my wise man, but to quote him nonetheless, if you think for 1 second he didn't learn from Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns all these months and past years in time, then anybody, what kind of artists are you? Are you going to be in a room full of Jay-Z and Nas and not pick up a couple of bars? Even my ass to learn how to drop something at that point in a room with that kind of greatness. Yeah, I'm saying they're that great is Roman and Paul Heyman. So yeah, Solo picked up some things. People saying that Solo's not this and Solo's not that. I don't get that part either. That showed the last couple of weeks showed you. And yeah, yes, the repeat offender of beating his ass at the ringside. Okay, that is getting a little old. Okay, I better not see it this Friday. Okay, I tell you that much. But outside of this storyline here, this man's booking hasn't been the greatest towards other people in this company. But Solo, head of the table, SummerSlam main event. We got some people going to be in the building. I know somebody, no matter what. I know every year Corey's going to be there. My kicks are my fix. Don't even act, hey, you going? Just be like, hey, grab me this. Because he's going to be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah. He don't even care. He gets the seats he likes. He's in the 100 section somewhere, and that's where he's at. Yeah, what's up, man? 34-minute mark. Go back and tweet that. Go back and tweet that. Your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, will save Cody Rhodes. He has no choice. Cody has no choice. But listen, Dice, I just want to go ahead and bring some of things to the forefront today. Wasn't going to do a show today. I got me here for 40 minutes. You actually got me here longer than I've been out of here about 15, 20 minutes ago.
The numbers popping,
though. So, yeah, well, had to come back and claim my throne.
That's right.
As you said, I have way too much time in this game not to out anybody. You know what I'm saying? At this point, if I didn't, there would be a problem with me. I would have gave up. You just said, listen, you just ain't it no more. You're not him. Speaking of not being him, again, he should have beat Andrade. But why did he lose to Andrade? Because Charlotte Flair's man, her husband, cannot lose when you are Charlotte freaking Flair.
Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Happy HBK Day. You know what that means. If you don't like it, this is your time to leave the
Have
room.
the insights to do it.
I love you.
One without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
Listen, we're going to get up out of here, man. Listen, where can they find the Z? As a matter of fact, I'm going to let you go ahead and plug
you know
this
what?
this week.
Everybody
Bam.
else, you didn't load the new one in there.
No, I didn't.
Tomorrow you can catch the Monday Night Raw review show, 7 p.m. They think they better than the penitentiary, but nada. And then later on that night, you can catch NXT review show with Bad Guy Jack and Sabrina Estella. I'll be filling in for Bad Guy Jack. You know we're going to celebrate Goldberg because we know how much he loves Goldberg. Wednesdays, we got White Boy Wasted Wednesdays with Cactus Katie and Mad Dog Kelly with Dan the Man and Vince LaSpada. And then on Thursdays, Top 5 and specials. We don't know when it's coming back because nobody wants to do it. But I'll be hosting that. And then you got to come back to Saturday, the SmackDown Penitentiary, the marquee show, the co-marquee show. Since Mike is now reclaiming for the week now.
It's like I'm like WWE.
Oh shit! Hey Jack.
I'm like WWE, and you got 1 week of WCW. No, you got to go 83 weeks to surpass me. Okay, 1 week. 1 week.
But our numbers are steady, consistently climbing to back that claim. I will say that.
But my claim, what I'll say, I had a disadvantage last week as we were, Twitter displaced me, and we had to go do some other things. So anybody who thinks you're not Mike Knoxxx, just so you know one thing, don't let that dumb shit come out your mouth, because I will father your ass in this shit.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. No wonder you get D's and everything.
Got 223 episodes. Hold on. You got 223 episodes, and your ass got 15 followers. What the hell's wrong with you, man? It's about two things in this party. For my wrestling fans, go ahead, get your comments out. I got it here, man. Go ahead. I'm ready to go. I don't know, somebody.
In the chat, because I just noticed that the chat syncing has been off. So
it is
while
really
we
bad.
were like 10 minutes off of a subject, the comments.
Yeah, something's wrong today. It's the government still messing up. Or Microsoft.
So apologies there. But as I always like to do, just want to say thank you guys for coming here, for having the conversation, the comments, the likes, the shares, subscribes. They do mean something to us. You guys are the lifeline of every single show. We would not be doing this if you guys were not. And talking with there's no viewers is really hard. So thank you for staying and listening to our jibber jabber.
Our jabber gibber. Listen, that's why.
Follow me on all social media.
I've told you that.
Solid. And
okay,
then
well,
you can catch me on NXT tomorrow with Sabrina Estella.
You said that already.
Make sure y'all catch me at 12. I'm just plugging.
You kept plugging. I wasn't paused. I wasn't off the screen. Now, people, if I can just leave the building, you gave enough of the airtime. Jeez, you got look at the FaceTime. Get the face on the screen. Get that face on there. Get that face on there, yo. Get him up there.
SmackDown Penitentiary.
See? Right there, y'all. Y'all see that? Help him out. Help him out. Listen, guys, listen. Y'all know what it is. I am the $1 Million host. You are the $1 Million audience. We could not tag together in and out and not form the $1 Million connection. The mega powers, bring it on in, baby. No, we can't do that no more because, damn it, one of them's a fucking racist. Damn it, I almost had to walk out. But listen, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me and don't love God, y'all. That's crazy. And we out of here. With that being said.
Breaking news. This just in. The thoughts and opinions of Mike Knoxxx solely belong to Mike Knoxxx and does not represent Unpopular Reviews Wrestling in any way. Now back to the show for the intelligent wrestling fans.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. Other YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it, I just had the balls to